What's up, peeps? Thanks for joining me. My name's Daymon Warren, and on this channel, I go on adventures and I meet people. Today, I got my friend Kelly, AKA Tiny Plumber Girl, right? And I've been following her on Instagram for like, I can say years now. I think when I first started following you when you were working at the Philadelphia building.
Comcast?
Yeah.
The big one.
So, all right, so let's get into it, right? So how long have you been doing plumbing?
So I guess 9 years I'm going on. Yeah, 8 years in the union, and this past year I ventured off into residential.
So 9 years. So you've been doing. Now, were you doing it before? Were you?
I was working at a bakery. I worked at a bunch of Mexican restaurants when I was younger, like high school through college.
Right.
First I started nursing school, dropped out.
Okay.
But then I just worked at a bakery because it worked. Once I had kids, I could do the early shift. So I got into plumbing in 2011, 12.
Right. So what was it like? You were just like, your toilet got clogged up and you were like, I'll fix it myself, or what's?
My dad was a union plumber.
Okay.
And we were actually trying to get my ex-husband in. I was like, well, if I don't want to work in food and you love it.
Yeah.
So I ended up going into it, and I just like fell in love with it. So it really, like, I had no idea. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Okay. I asked my dad, but my dad was busy. Like, I'm one of 10, so he didn't, we weren't like his little apprentices. Like, he worked to feed us. When you're union and you're commercial, it's like, you don't get to take your kids to work day. But yeah, and I loved it. I actually worked in plumbing for my dad when I was in high school, like summer help. Okay. But he worked in the office, so it was like I was the copy girl, copying blueprints. So it was cool when I took my blueprints course, through the union. Like, I was like, I already know what this stuff is, So that was cool, but I'm glad I'm not in the office. Like, I don't think that I could do.
So you love having hands-on.
Hands-on.
You've always had that. That's cool. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Being a female plumber, right? Being a female plumber and your stature, right? Because I used to do cable, right?
Yeah.
And I remember getting out of the cable truck, and I'm about 5'7", so I'm not the tallest, biggest person. They see the ladder and they see me get out of this, like, what are you doing here? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm the cable guy, right? So I know like what that feels like to be in that situation. But I did see one of your posts, which was kind of cool. You were working with a group of female plumbers.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, so like, what is it like?
I know in the construction industry, overall, and that's all trades, all constructions. There are like a lot of initiatives out there that are starting. Philadelphia actually just launched this WINK project, so women in non-traditional careers. And really cool. So I guess they started around 2018. We meet virtually still, but they are actually starting a pre-apprenticeship program and a mentoring program, which I get to be in charge of. I mean, I didn't really want to raise my hand, but like, someone needs to do it. And I just thought, like, I just don't love to commit because I'm busy, right? Because I don't want to overcommit, and that's what I tend to do. I always overcommit and like stretch myself too thin. All this mentoring that I already do on the Instagram, like, this is something that I should be willing to do. So there's a couple other women who also volunteered to like get this group together, and so we'll be in charge of like setting girls, mentees and mentors up. If you Google Philadelphia WINK project, and it's WINC, so women in non-traditional careers, it is awesome. It is an awesome initiative. Yep.
Don't worry about what other people have done. You can be that first person to do that thing. Yeah. Sometimes people stop because they're thinking somebody else is going to do it. Somebody else will do that thing. And
that's what I think. I'm like, oh, someone else will raise their hand. Where are you?
What would you tell somebody, young girl, let's say about 16, comes up to you and says, I'm thinking about it? What would you tell them?
Because the trades have been so male oriented, it's always like a young girl, or it's a mentality. right? So like male or female, it's a mentality. Going into the like trades work, first off, you have to want to do physical work. So if you don't want to do physical work, I mean, it's mentally demanding. Like you have to think.
Yeah, because you're covering the whole gambit when you're plumbing, right? It's not just you're soldering, you're cutting wood, you're doing cement.
You're opening a wall. You have no idea. You have no idea. You know what should be there, right?
Nobody else was there before you.
Right.
Right.
So and that's like today. I was trying to snake this drain, and then finally I was like, I can't get it to go, right?
Right.
And I looked in this like crawl space I could reach over from the stairs, and I opened the door and I see fern cones and like pipe connected to different pipe, and I'm just like, this is a mess. What did I like? I wish I would have seen this,
X-ray through the
40 minutes ago when I was like really trying to drain clean. If I would have known I would have had a whole different perspective. So that's one thing that I always say, and like confidence has been a theme in a couple podcasts and things that I've been doing.
Okay.
But like overcoming that fear, like I still, every job I walk onto, I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this, right? But 9 years, someone might think that I should know how to do it, right? But still, you just like go in, and it's always like a learning experience. So that would be another thing that I would tell someone fresh coming on is like, be willing to learn forever. Stay teachable. Be willing to, because that's key. I mean, technology is going to keep changing, and if you want to stay old school and be stubborn, like you will be out of a job because someone else will learn it. Someone else will learn it. So don't be closed-minded. Don't be closed-minded when it comes to work. Don't be closed-minded when it comes to people, because like the world exists, whether your mind likes it or not, right? So if we can just learn to like work together, and like there's a lot of potential. I mean, this world is awesome. It really is. It's an awesome career. It can be lucrative. Money is not necessarily my motivator. Because I have this career, I have the privilege to like not feel like I'm chasing money. I still have this like self-fulfillment that comes out of it.
There is one thing that I would like to ask. Can I see your water bottle or something?
Yeah, so this is actually an Instagram friend who sent me, but it's like one of my favorite plumbing stickers because it's cute, right? But it's a cool sticker, right? Epitage I talk about all the time. I'm wearing their shirt. They're like pro working class, it's a workwear company, but also like a group of outsiders within the working class community. So
they're like the cool Carhartt.
They're like the cool but like the cool humanitarian, like So this is also Epitage, which is like one of my favorite. Consciously abrasive is exciting to me because like I always say, like I'm consciously abrasive at work, like I'm a bull in a china shop, so it suits me, but like also at work, like when it came to, I guess, like racism, sexism, that's like, and that's where that term outsider comes in. Like if you're willing to like stand against the grain for the betterment.
Right, okay.
So, and they actually have a podcast that I was listening to, so it's like all in my head right now, but like solidarity, integrity, like it's all about that. Also Epitage, racism. Racism's the bad word here. This is a really good friend of mine, Hugo. He's in New York, that's his sticker.
Okay.
Epitage again.
Okay, all right.
No racists in our unions. This was from Indie Plumber, but he got it through another site, which I can't remember right now. But this is like just,
Right.
all my little.
That is so cool.
Cast iron.
So you're going to be mentoring moving forward. You got the Wink program. You got your business now. So this is so you've branched out.
Brand?
The brand. You're doing the brand. And if you guys haven't seen her, just look her up on the Instagram. This has been a great interview.
Yeah.
I really want to thank you so much for doing this interview, because I've learned a lot, and hopefully we gave somebody else a bit of this vibe, you know, go out there and be the change, as they say,
Yeah.
right? You know, and don't be scared if nobody else is doing it, because you can be that first person. So that was the interview with Kelly, Tiny Plumber Girl, Ireland. Check her out on Instagram, Tiny Plumber Girl. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment. And remember, take care of each other. Peace out, and I'll see you all soon.
People should be able to do what they love to do.